Hi, welcome back to Stuff. My name is David. Now, when I decided to start this channel, I thought there's a lot of watch channels out there on YouTube that cover a lot of similar material, and there's some stuff that doesn't get talked about a lot, and I want to talk about some of that stuff. And the other reason was I love watches. I love wearing watches. I love buying watches. I love looking at watches, and I've got a bunch of watches that I don't see a lot on other YouTube channels, so I wanted to present them to you. So today, what I'm going to show you is 10 digital or electric watches that you can buy used for under $100. And it's a very wide-ranging collection, a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of cool stuff. So if you're trying to get into watches, if you don't want to dump a lot of money into a Grail watch, or you just want to spend a couple of bucks and have a little present show up in the mail in a week or two, let's check out what we've got, and I'm ready to dive in now. Okay, in my enthusiasm to show you these 10 watches, I neglected to show you the watch I'm wearing. So let me do a quick wrist check here. And today I'm wearing an automatic Seiko Sportsmatic watch that I quite love. It's a great 37mm size case with this flush crown, and just really enjoy wearing this one. Okay, now on to the 10 watches I promised. First watch we're going to take a look at is the Casio Edifice. That is the EF503D1AV. They have many styles. So this is the particular one I'm looking at here. And I got this one, if you haven't guessed yet, because it looks a lot like the Speedmaster, like the Omega Speedmaster. Which is just not going to happen for me right now or in the near future probably. But this one I got for I think about $40 to $50. It's a Quartz chrono. There we go. 100 meters water resistance, mineral crystal, looks great on a lot of straps. One nice thing about this watch is it comes with a beautiful solid link stainless steel bracelet with solid end links. Amazing for a watch at this price point, with a deployant clasp and double push buttons. Just really nice. Casio, you go girl. All right, next up, this is one of the first watches I got, and I still love it just as much now as when I got it. This is the Timex for J.Crew field watch. So Timex made these just for J.Crew. They sold them there for several years. They're no longer available, but you can find them on the used market quite often for under $100. They come with this black face dial. There's another variety, same exact watch with a white dial. I prefer this one, and I can show you what they were going for here. Just trying to avoid some glare. You know what, that's it. We'll just live with that. We'll just live with that. Here is another watch This is from a company called Military Industries. You can see they're going for the same kind of look. And what both of these watches, I think, probably are going for is a look like this one. This one's a Hamilton this one's from '83, but this style dates back to the Vietnam era. So that's what this guy's really aping. What's cool about this watch, it's a Quartz watch. It's very basic, 3 hands. But what's cool about this watch is that this watch came with a little bit of aging, and that was from Timex. They kind of distressed the case a little bit. The dial has a little bit, it looks like it's a little bit older. It's sort of subtle. I'm not sure if it's really coming through on this video, but they haven't done this on very many watches, and it's a really nice touch. It just makes it feel kind of lived in, and I was like putting it on. All right, so that's a J.Crew Timex watch. And let's take a look at a watch that was done for LL Bean. Now this one, actually, I couldn't find out who manufactured the actual watch or the movement. So I'm sorry if you're looking for info on that, but I can tell you that it is a 300-foot water-resistant Swiss-made field watch with a screw-down crown. This one happens to be on a strap from a Seiko, but seemed to suit it very well. It's a gorgeous little watch, very tough. This one probably came in closer to $100, and it's just a good watch. Looks great on this, looks great on leather, and I love wearing this watch. They have a whole lot of other similar styles if you look through LL Bean's back catalog of watches. If you're into field watches, worth checking out. Did I say Swiss made? Yeah. Swiss made. Not bad for $100. Okay. Next up is this Timex Datalink. This is a very horologically special watch, I guess you could say. This is one of the first smartwatches, or maybe the first smartwatch. It was the first watch that was able to download information from a computer. So this may very well be the first smartwatch. These came out in 1994. They were launched in conjunction with Microsoft, who handled all the data aspect. These are also certified by NASA for spaceflight and have been flown by astronauts and cosmonauts since their launch in 1994. Just a great little digital watch. It's got a nice indigo backlight. This one comes on a folded link bracelet. Nothing to write home about. If you like a good Submariner homage watch, and that's basically what we're looking at here, this one is one of the best that you can get for $30 or less, if you can find them. This one's from Casio. It is the MTD-1010. It also comes in a black dial. We got a 120 click unidirectional bezel, which has a little bit of play, but it rotates nicely. It's got the standard Mercedes style hands here. Got the date complication, not a screw down crown. So you're only getting 100 meters of water resistance on this guy. Mineral glass, 40 millimeter diameter is just kind of perfect for me for a watch like this, with 20 millimeter lugs, so you can put it on just about any strap you can imagine. It is a, as they would say, strap monster. And this one comes with a solid stainless steel link bracelet. Although no solid end links, as you would expect, but it does have a screw down back. And a nice little feature here, drilled lugs. Another cool thing is it's very thin. It's 10.5 millimeters thick thanks to the Quartz movement. Very compact. My only real complaint about this watch is that the applied indices and the hands seem awfully small. Like they were all made for a watch a little bit smaller than this one. If you take a look at the black dial version, for some reason it all seems a little bit better situated. But I have a lot of black dialed inexpensive divers, and I thought it might be fun to have a white dialed one. But every time I wear this watch, I do think, looks a little small for the case. But still fun. And being that the stainless steel bracelet wasn't the nicest for this watch, it looks much nicer if you put it on basically any kind of strap besides that. Alright, the next two watches aren't technically Quartz watches, but they do take a battery, so I'm going to lump them in here, okay? The first one I'm going to show you is this Timex Electric Dynabeat Time Zone. It's you call it a GMT watch. You could say it's a GMT watch. Tracks 2 time zones. Now this watch actually has a balance wheel movement, and the battery is just providing the energy for it. They stopped making these watches in about the mid-70s, and nobody's really making anything like this since then. If you look closely, you can see that the seconds hand is moving quite quick, especially for an electric watch. It's actually beating 8 times per second, which is pretty cool. Here's another Timex Electric, similar to the one before. Some mechanical differences that I honestly couldn't tell you what they are, but this one also is run on a balance wheel movement. It's just a nice chunky watch with a double dome acrylic crystal. That's like half of the height of the watch. Look at that. Prices on these Timex watches fluctuate wildly, but they're almost always extremely affordable. So you can find a watch like this or like the Dynabeat sometimes for $10 or even less. Just keep your eye out on eBay, and in no time at all, you could be the proud owner of a watch like this. Sometimes I buy a watch because it's super inexpensive and what the hell. And this one is a good example of that. This is just a Timex Quartz. Might not seem too much going on here, but I'll show you why I got this watch. It looks very, very similar to another kind of watch that I have several of and like a lot, and that is the Braun AW10. This particular AW10 style isn't the one that looks most like this watch. There's another one I'll put up on the screen right now that looks even more similar to this, and for I think it was $5 or $10, I thought it'd be fun to pick up sort of a fake Braun, and there you have it. This one is not currently running, needs a new battery, but the watch does work. All right, the last two watches I'm going to show you are kind of like...
And now for something completely different.
Okay, this one is, let me just say, it's a piece of... Can I say that? It is a $10 watch. I got it on eBay. It's a battery-powered quartz. It's sort of trying to pass itself off as a genuine U.S. military watch. It says Type AD, specification MILW6433, and so on and so forth. This is not a real U.S. military watch. This is not a real military watch from any country at any time ever. This is straight from China. And a super fake watch. What it's trying to be is an A17. And I'll put up some pictures here so you can see what that looks like. But this watch was literally $10 shipped. You can find them on eBay pretty often. And again, for $10, I thought, what the hell? There are blogs dedicated to helping people discover watch hoaxes for military watches. I guess it's a huge problem for those folks that love buying genuine military watches. And you'll find this watch on websites like that, which you can check out. I've got a link to one in the description where they warn you that this is not a real military watch. So if you don't like fake watches, and last and probably least is this little plastic digital watch from a company called Blue Planet. Now, who is Blue Planet, you might ask? And I would say, I don't know either, but this is the package it came in, and you'll notice, oh, it's a lot of Japanese. Look at that. And that is because this watch, which here it says very big, made in China, this watch came from Daiso, as you can see right there. Daiso, for those of you who don't know, is a store in Japan and in America in several places, and they've got one nearby me in Los Angeles that sells Japanese goods, small, $1, $2 items, things like that. And I happened to be in there one day and saw this watch and thought, check it out. It was a few dollars. If you look at it next to this iconic Casio F91W, you can see pretty clearly that it was, let's say, strongly influenced. But it's white. Now, it's also, again, I'm sorry, China, another watch. For example, it doesn't have a backlight of any kind, an Indiglo or anything like that. But that's not really what this watch is about. This watch is about having just like a fun white rubber strap watch you can wear on vacation or wherever, whenever, not worry about it, who cares, throw it away, lose it, give it to a friend, whatever. So there you have it. There are 10 watches, digital or quartz or electric watches that you could buy online for anywhere between $5 and $100. If you like watches, if you like finding new watches, if you like discovering watches that you don't see all over the internet, enjoy the journey, enjoy the discovery. There's no reason you can't just dive in and find a ton of cool stuff out there on the used market. There's 10 examples. Go find your own. Thank you.